Yeah, this is a tricky one. It's certainly not a slam dunk for the state, as you pointed out, Josh. We have a clip. This is from earlier today. And, you know, it seems like overall, you know, the state is perhaps trying to make this doctor a villain. Is he a villain or is he a good doctor? I mean, that's essentially kind of what the jury may be struggling with. This is a clip from earlier today. The witness on the stand is Dr. Daniel Ross. He's the executive vice president of the parent company of the hospital where Dr. Husel was working.
The statements that you told the jury under direct examination about who was to be made the villain, who was to be the victim, and who was to be the vindicator. The vindicator was the hospital, right?
I don't recall what again, I was not directly involved in that work at that time.
Okay, but who's supposed to be the vindicator? You have no idea? It wasn't Superman, right?
Correct.
Okay, so it has to be one of the parties, right? The patient,
He's answering. He was not involved in this document.
Okay, it's a compound question right now.
Sure. Okay.
Rephrase.
I'll rephrase. Under this scenario, sir, you know that the victims were supposed to be the patients, right?
I believe that's correct.
Okay. The villain was supposed to be Dr. Husel, the nurses, and the pharmacists, right?
Specific to the document that you're holding?
Yes.
I believe that's correct.
Okay. And the vindicator would be Malcolm, right?
I believe that's correct, specific to the document that you're holding.
Ooh, for any viewers just joining our coverage, we thank you for that. And if that attorney looks familiar, he should be. That's Jose Baez, defense counsel. They're crossing that Dr. Daniel Roth. Josh Ritter, I really like that portion of the cross. How about you? What'd you think of that?
No, I think he's doing a great job. I mean, this is his wheelhouse, right? In cross-examination of experts. And I think he's making some solid points. I mean, really, this trial is so unique in that most criminal trials, you don't see as many experts. So it's almost is playing out like a civil trial on a trial by experts. And the one thing we're learning is that the practice of this type of medicine, of this kind of end-of-life medicine, is far more of an art than a science. I mean, we've heard the term so many times that all of these could be patient-specific or practice-specific. So, and a lot of these doctors are testifying to the fact that, hey, I may not have given the kind of dosages that the Dr. Husel did here, but that doesn't necessarily mean that what he was doing was outside of the realm of acceptable kind of medical practice. And that's, again, I think going to be a huge problem for the prosecution, and it's something that Mr. Baez is certainly going to try to exploit as best he can.
Right. You know, and let's talk more about that too. Looking at this case from a defense standpoint, you also practice criminal defense in addition to being a former prosecutor. So when you look at it from the lens that Jose Baez is seeing this case, tell me what you see in terms of how you get the jury convinced that this doctor did not violate that standard of care, as you mentioned, that it would be, you know, the practice in medicine of this nature.
I mean, I think the argument you have to make is, listen, death is an unfortunate circumstance, but it happens. It happens under the best of medical care, and that many of these patients that he was treating were people who everyone agrees were close to death as it was, and he is just providing him with that type of comfort. Again, it comes down to that question of why. Why would he take their lives? Is he instead trying to make sure that they're comfortable as they transition into death, or is he actually trying to hasten their death? And if he is, why is he trying to do that? Why would somebody as with his kind of career and as kind of decorated as he was, why would he choose to take the lives of these poor folks who are already close to death? Again, that's not something that the prosecution has to prove, but it's certainly something that is going to be a huge question in the jurors' minds. And if they don't address that, I think they're making a huge mistake.